Do you remember as a parent walking into a room, seeing a disaster zone and asking the question, who made this mess? This Barry Phillips 10-minute tour, day 4 of Tisa, when you elevate. Let's go back to Exodus, Shemot chapter 32, and slide down now to verse number 20. Speaking of Moshe, it says, "And he took the calf which they had made, burned it into fire, and ground it into powder, and scattered it on the face of the water, and made the children of Israel drink it. And Moshe said to Aaron, What did this people do to you, that you brought such a great sin upon them? Aaron said, Do not let the displeasure of my master burn. You know, the people, that it is evil. They said to me, Make us mighty ones to go before us, for this Moshe, this man who brought us out of the land of Mitzrayim, we do not know what's become of him. And I said to them, Whoever has gold, let him take it off. And they gave it to me, and I threw it in the fire, and this calf came out. Moshe saw that the people were let loose, for Aaron had let them loose to their shame among their enemies." And then this question, "And Moshe stood at the entrance of the camp and said, Who is for Yahweh? Come to me." All of us have had those messes that we have either literally or figuratively encountered, where it's time to clean it up. A mess doesn't just go away by standing in shock and looking at it and shaking our heads and wondering, how could this happen? I saw a picture recently of a cute little dog laying on a pillow, and then the next photo has the pillow in shreds and the stuffing scattered everywhere. The caption reads, "I was just laying here and this pillow exploded." Yeah, right. We've all laughed at our children behind the scenes at the messes that they've made and wondering, did they get that from me or from my spouse here? Yah must look at us at times and wonder, what are you thinking? What are you doing? How did you get here? So, understanding that we all have our disaster zones that we have had to deal with, it's also that which we have to deal with in dealing with others. As a congregational leader, as a pastor, I've had many episodes where I felt like I need to just get out the mop and bucket and just start trying to clean it up. Sometimes, a lot of times, it was my fault. Other times, it was someone else's fault, and I had to go behind them and try to clean it up. The thing is, we're people, and we will prove our peopleness every chance that we get. That being understood, Moshe has he has a choice here. He can destroy his own brother, or he can pray for him. He can write off this people and say, "Yeah, you know what? You're right. Just be done with them. I don't even know where to go from here." But he chose to pray for them and to intercede for them. And it was based on Moses' intercession that Yah did not destroy the whole lot of them. When it comes, though, to idolatry, make no mistake about it. Whatever fashion you put on your idols, whatever justifications we label them with, however we seem to want to explain them away, refusing even to acknowledge that they are in fact an idol, but rather trying to explain that they are a part of Yah. That's called mixture. And if there's one thing that Yah hates, it's mixture, where you take his set apartness and attach it to that which is common, or even worse, which is defiled, and call it still set apart. Will we put our preferred version of him as a mask over his face and say, "There, I like that a lot better. Now behave yourself"? Yah will not accept our religious mixtures, our idolatries, and make no other mistake about it as well. Idolatry is nasty. When you get down to it, However you operate in it, it is defiling. It is the smearing of excrement. It is a stench in Yah's nostrils, and he hates it. Yah is not just offended by our idols. He hates them. So Aaron tries to justify what's going on here by saying, you know this people. You know they're a bunch of hard heads. What was I supposed to do? That nonchalant, casual attitude, boys will be boys, people will be people, church folks will be church folks, Hebrew roots folks, you just know how they are. It doesn't justify anything, and we cannot allow it to even begin to be a part of our conversation. Here's what Moshe did. He drew a firm line. And this is where we get offended. When righteous leadership draws firm lines and says, this is the way. Matter of fact, it is the only way. It will be the only way. There are no other ways even considered. This is the righteous way, and you will either walk in it and come to it, or you will be cut off. Well, that's hard preaching, Barry. Well, Yah, I think, is a hard preacher at times. Moshe said it this way: who is for Yahweh? It's later expressed by Yehoshua near the end of his life when he says, choose you this day whom you will serve. You need to make up your mind. Who are you going to serve? If it is Yah, then serve him. If it is Baal or these other gods, then serve them. Eliyahu said the same thing. How long are you going to keep pesaching, jumping, hopping between two different opinions? Make up your mind who is who. Yehoshua said, as for me and my house, we're going to serve Yahweh. Moshe is asking the same question. Who is for Yahweh? If you are for him, listen to what he said, come to me. Moshe represents Torah. He is the author of the Torah. That is, he heard the words of Yah and he wrote them down verbatim for us. Moshe then is to be considered synonymously, absolutely together with the Torah. And if you are for Yah, then his word must be where we are. We must describe our boundaries as being those that are listed for us in the word. The Torah becomes not just the list of things that we do or don't do, it becomes our very lifestyle. When you walk according to the Torah, there will be a lifestyle change. You can sit on a pew or in a chair for decades and hear that the Torah has been done away with. But once you realize that his word is forever and it doesn't change because he doesn't change. Nowhere is it prophesied that the Torah will ever be done away with. Yeshua himself in Matthew 5 says that he did not come to do away with the Torah. If he did, he would have been doing away with himself. Doesn't make sense. The word is the word, and it is still the word. And if you are for Yod He Vav He, Moshe says, come to me. Choose who is going to be your life designers, your boundary makers, your lifestyle givers, your goal setter. Who are you going to serve? I say this to me, I say this to you, I say this to all of us. It's time we make up our mind. Let's grind up these idols and get rid of them. Let's walk uprightly. Let's step toward Moshe and hear the word that God gave to him, the Torah. And once and for all, let's decide, I We are Am Israel. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Hopefully. To then, shalom.